Hello, my name's Alex Hutchinson, and I'm a freelance IT director for law firms and other professional practices. And in this video, I want to share some of the value and how risk is reduced, value that's brought to a project, and the risk is reduced by working with someone that's an independent freelancer. So I'm going to talk to you a bit about that, how I engage with clients and how it compares to what else is available in the market. But firstly, let's just look at why that's important. So if you look at day-to-day IT and technology within a law firm or professional practice, there'll be a band of elements that they're dealing with each day that are, they're either tripping up over a little bit, it's causing frustration, there's problems associated with it, but it's not a big enough problem to address. They just put up with it. Either side of that, there's then opportunities, strategic opportunities, where they might be file onboarding needs to be improved and the opening process so that we can onboard clients better, more professionally, increase the capacity and workload and width that our team manage without having to take more people on. There's an opportunity. Or there's a big problem. We've got lots of downtime. There's a security risk. We've got a supplier that we don't trust anymore that's giving us the right advice. We're never fixing solutions. We need to change case management system, whatever it may be. So the big opportunity, big problem, that's where I get brought in. Now, what happens is if you're a law firm or a professional practice, you've got your own challenges then, because you don't want to invest your time speaking to someone where there's a conflict of interest and you're not going to get the right advice. It's too expensive and it's too frustrating and you're too busy to be doing that. So one of the risks are, if you go to a consulting practice, is where you would be allocated, a partner at kind of a high day rate, rightly so, they've got experience and value that they can bring. But whenever a conversation pivots, their role is internally is to bring in other consultants to help. So other subject matter experts that are all at the same level, and then the cost is, there's a conflict around the interest. In my opinion, there can be. Same with suppliers. You go into an MSP, managed service provider, a help desk provider, or a software provider, they're looking at their suite of products and what they sell, and then intentionally or unintentionally, it's not always intentional, but there's a conflict around that advice. And it can cause problems if you are a firm or professional practice that isn't used to having these conversations, doesn't know what questions to ask, and it can get confusing and become ineffective to have these conversations and carry risk. You can make the wrong decisions and you're not quite sure what the answer needs to be and what direction you should go in. So the reason that I have a lot of value to my clients is because I operate totally independently. I'm paid by law firms and professional practices, my clients, to operate independently and become an extension of their business, an extension of their team. And it might just be worth adding there that there's no kind of minimum billing retainer. It's totally, on a day rate basis, and a client has control and a maximum exposure of cost at any one time. So that's really important. And then the work that I do is at that kind of senior rate to look at, and senior level to look at, right, what does the firm really need? What are the challenge, frustrations and bottlenecks that we are facing? What are the requirements? What does it need to look like? And how do we go about finding the solution, either with existing providers or alternative providers, to make that happen? And then when we've identified the solution, how do we work with them to make sure that the implementation of that or the integration of anything into the firm fits like a cog in a turning wheel, and it's not like somebody disrupting everything that's going on. So someone needs to manage and control that, and then make sure that it's handed over to business as usual so that we can look after it ourselves. And that's what I do. The other thing is with a freelancer is I don't have any high rate colleagues that I bring in. We need to bring somebody into a project, either to do lower level tasks, a subject matter expert, a technical specialist. I'll source them and I bring them in at cost plus about 15% if I have to manage the invoices and pay them, or they can bill the client directly. I'm not interested in getting paid for that. I'm interested in being of value to a client and remaining independent. And that's why it's really effective to have an independent freelancer that can support your business without any minimum retainer, just as on an off basis, and help you fix some problems without that conflict, without that risk, so that you can trust them to take the problem away and come back with a recommendation. If you'd like to have a conversation, drop me a link through LinkedIn or visit my website, and there's a contact me button to arrange an initial no charge, no cost conversation. Take care.